The year is 1989. After 26 seasons, Doctor Who has just been cancelled. However, after a few one-off specials and an animated series, Doctor Who was revived in 2005 by Russell T Davies. But was Doctor Who almost cancelled again? Now, before I get into this video, I just want to point out this is not a did Chibnall kill Doctor Who video, nor is it a did the BBC kill Doctor Who for being too woke video. I'm not an idiot, and if you're looking for a video like that, go somewhere else. This video is more speculating about the fact that the Doctor Who production team, and maybe even the BBC, at one point were not certain on the future of the show. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Now, the first time Doctor Who's future was put into question was in 2008 when David Tennant announced that he would be leaving the role of the Doctor.
When Doctor Who returns in 2010, it won't be with me.
With David Tennant being one of the most popular Doctors alongside Tom Baker's fourth Doctor, naturally the future of the show was up in the air. But that's not what this video is about, and luckily the show did continue after David Tennant left, with Stephen Moffat taking over as showrunner in 2010, with Matt Smith followed by Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. And then Chibnall took over as showrunner in 2018 with Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. Now this takes us to July 2021, when Chris Chibnall announced that he would be leaving Doctor Who as showrunner. But after Flux, Eve of the Daleks and Legend of the Sea Devils, BBC commissioned a centenary special, which would act as the last episode of the Chibnall era. Now, for this being the last episode of his era, it would have made a lot of sense for Chibnall to wrap up previous plotlines from his era, such as The Timeless Child and The Fugitive Doctor. However, Chibnall instead chose to ignore all of that and celebrate the show as a whole, with cameos from classic companions and classic Doctors, featuring in an episode with the Daleks, Cybermen, and the Master as the villains. Now, this decision really makes it feel like this episode was written as if it could be the last episode, at least for a little while, and this episode was filmed a whole year before it was broadcast. Now, this episode being treated as if it could be the last episode for a little while can also be backed up by the final scene, the 13th Doctor's regeneration, which to me appears to have been filmed as if it was going to fade to black at the end of the episode, with the camera pulling back as the Doctor starts to regenerate, suggesting that this episode could have ended a lot more ambiguously, with us not seeing who the next Doctor could be. And this can also be backed up by the script for the episode, which was released online, which reads, "We begin to pull away out to the sea, the regenerating figure against the rising sun, as we keep moving out further as a new day dawns, to be continued." Now, what I think this means is the production team and maybe even the BBC, when making The Power of the Doctor, were uncertain on the future of the show, and so they decided to make The Power of the Doctor as if it was going to be the last episode, at least for a little while, choosing to end it ambiguously, allowing them to put the show on hiatus until they could figure out what to do with it. Now, obviously this is all just speculation, and in September 2021, Russell T Davies was announced as coming back as showrunner, with his second era starting with the 60th anniversary in 2023. And if you want to know everything we know about those specials so far, I've made a whole video on those details, which you can watch here.